Well, we'll see how well this goes. This is my first attempt at a Goodnight gaming video. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, leaving a like. Just demolish that like button, as people say, because yeah, that would help my channel immensely. Also comment your thoughts. Without further ado, Goodnight Gaming, Episode 1. You know, sometimes life is just kind of stressful. Seems like you're always running, always competing. It's an endless race. Being shoved around by others, by yourself, by life in general. It seems that more often than not, life is just exhausting and painful because it seems like you're not getting anywhere because you keep stumbling into the same problems over and over again. And no matter how much you prepare, you just can't quite get where you want to go. Life can be hard, but just because you lose once or you fail once doesn't mean you should stop trying. You keep going, you stay in the race, and you try to make the best out of what you have. You don't know whether you're gonna make it in the next part. You don't know if you're gonna hit the wall, or if you'll be able to get what you've always dreamed of, but you keep going. And sometimes, yes, you bump into other people, you come into conflict with others, but that doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that there's other people trying to be good at life too. They're not your enemies. They're just trying to live their lives. And sometimes you'll meet challenges that you've never seen before, and they'll surprise you. You'll not know how to get past them, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. For example, today at my job, there was a whole bunch of new challenges that I'd never seen before. I had to learn how to do a lot of stuff really fast. But in the end, it ended up being for the best because everything turned out well. Just have to keep trying until you understand the problem so that you can solve it. And when you get knocked down, you keep going. Don't lose heart even when you get knocked down so close to your goal. Because eventually you will make it there. And then you'll hit that smooth patch. You'll be able to, well, maybe you won't be able to achieve your dream, but eventually you will be able to. And even if you don't get to your dream, you get a little bit of progress that will allow you to get closer to your dream. Just because you feel like you're free falling doesn't mean that you are. It just means that you're getting ready for another big adventure. And maybe that big adventure might not seem like it's different. It might look like it's the same obstacles again and again. And you might feel like, what's the point of going through these same problems over and over if it seems like you won't be able to get anywhere? But you'll get there eventually. Just because you're competing with others and doing the same thing over and over doesn't mean that you're stagnant. It just means that you gotta keep trying. Keep going. Keep pushing yourself forward until you get there. Competition sucks sometimes. It pushes you around. It brings out the best and the worst in people. Competition allows us to prove ourselves, but in that proving, it brings all the impurities in ourselves to the surface. Those tiny flaws that we have, those minor hesitations and reflexes or reactions can lead to what feels to us to be dire consequences. And yet, we're able to survive and we're able to move on because the proof is in the pudding. And we can see that once we eat of the pudding, that we are being made better the more we compete and the more we try. If we give up on our dreams, we will never be able to see if we will get to them. But you will. Or at least I believe you will. Sometimes you don't know what to say. You'll exhaust yourself trying to find the words, trying to compete with others to be the smartest, the wisest, the most entertaining. You'll want to show that you can be a good YouTuber, a good student, a good whatever. You push yourself because you feel like a failure, because you don't see any results yet. But just because you don't see any results from your studies, your work, your hobbies, doesn't mean that you're not making progress. It just means that you have more work that needs to be put in. So put in that work. Make yourself the best you that you can be. Because the only person that you're good at being is yourself. There's so many times when I've tried to be someone else, someone that I'm not, and I just keep hitting a wall. I slide off the edge into oblivion, smack into the wall, because I'm trying to go somewhere that I can't, because it's not me. If your dreams or your goals in life cause you to become someone who you are not, to go against your core identity, who you are as a person, who you are as a created being, then you need to realize that those goals are probably not the best for you. I don't have all the answers. Oh goodness, I don't have all the answers. But that's the beauty, is that in this competition, this race of life, we don't have to have all the answers, because God is on our side. And some people don't believe in God. Some people think that it's naive, that you're believing in a magical man in the sky, but I mean, if that's your view of God, that he's just a magical man in the sky, you're not going to be getting very far in life, because God isn't a magical man in the sky. He's a friend. He's a father. He's not a wish-granting slot machine, as some people believe. He is a loving, caring being who wants to see you do the best that you can do. He wants you to achieve your personal best, to be successful in the way that is best for you. And yeah, without his love, the competition and the race of life is just futile. You'll keep running and trying to hold on to things that you can't hold on to, trying to get to places that you can't quite get to on your own. You'll keep trying to get there. You'll try your hardest, and yet you just can't quite make it on your own. Need a little bit of help, and God will give you that help. Or at least he has to me. I am blown away every day when I look at the amazing gifts that God has given me. I am an idiot most of the time. I am not consciously capable to channel most of my gifts. Like, I am a very smart individual, but I can't consciously call upon that intellect, which helps keep me humble, because I know with 100% certainty that God is the source of my gifts, because I can't do it. I can't use those gifts on my own. They have to have come from somewhere else, because they're not from me. I know who I am as a person, and I am an idiot. I'm not able to run in this race because I fall down every day. I fail so often. But every day God comes in and picks me back up and says, "Go again. This time, let me help you. Let me give you that guiding push in the right direction, and let me help you through the race." And I love him for it.